Hello students, I'm David Setiabudi and today I'm going to coach you how to answer these pseudocode questions. Okay, let's start now. The first one, there are two tasks here. The first one is asking about creating calculation and the second task is about password. So, in this question, it's supposed to be printed and you write down the answer. But since I'm coaching you to answer this using the Microsoft Word or Word documents, okay, so I'm going to delete this lines. So because I'm going to type the answer. Okay, this one's too. Okay, now, task 1, calculation. You need to read the questions carefully. So, create pseudocode of an algorithm that do this process. Okay, the first one is showing the text. Showing the text. This software can calculate the area of a rectangle. And then it will be asking about an entry about width and height. Let's say the width is 5 centimeter and the height is 6 centimeter. And then process the width and height to produce the area. Do you know the formula of finding this rectangle's area? Okay, so it's correct. So it's width times height. Then you can find the area of the rectangle. Okay, now in square centimeters. And then you show the result. Your program must include an appropriate prompt or question for the entry of data, for the data entry. So, the first thing you need to do is, you need to change the font. The font should be in Courier New. So, the first one, showing the text. It means you need to use print, all in capital letters. Capital letters! Okay? Print. This software will calculate the area of a rectangle. Just do as the question says. Okay, you can press enter or you can press shift enter. So I'm pressing shift enter here. Okay, the next one, asking for the number entry of width. Asking, it means it's an input, but then you need to show appropriate prompts or question for the entry of data. Again, you do print in capital letter. Okay. Input the width in centimeter. Okay. This one will print about asking the user to put some numbers in centimeter. Okay, it's about the width. Shift enter and then input. The input will be using this variable. Let's say I'm using the width like this or rectangle width. It's up to you. But if you want to use two words in one, you cannot do this space. Using space. No, you cannot do that. You have to put in one word. one variable, one word. So later on, when the user type in something or some numbers, it will be stored in this rectangle with variable. Okay, if you want to use with just one word with, it's okay. But if you want to combine two words into one, you type like this. Okay, the first one is in capital and this one is also in capital. Okay, now the second one is asking about, whoops, the rectangle's height, width and height. This three is done. Now, the fourth one is process the width and height to produce the area. Okay, in some questions, okay, they don't provide this. Instead, they asking you to show the result of area. So you need to do this on your own. You use your own logic. Okay, it needs to do a process. You cannot suddenly show the result without a process. So sometimes this is not written. Okay, this one is not written. So the next one is the process. The process is, come on, rectangle area equals to, in some software you can use this one equals to, but since you are doing a pseudocode, okay, which is asked by the IGCSE test, or IGCSE exam, you need to use this arrows. So symbol, okay, you use this one, okay, leftward arrow. You need to use this. So after you use this leftward arrow, so you use this one, rectangle width times, you use times using X. No. You cannot do that. Instead, you use this star. Press shift and then 8, then you can get this star. And then you use this one, rectangle height. Okay, rectangle area equals to, but you use this arrow, leftward arrow, equals to rectangle width times rectangle height. And what's next? Showing the result. Showing the result. It means you are using print. Okay, in capital letters. Then you need to show this, the area is the area of the rectangle is. Now you need to put the variable beside this one. If you do like this, it will be an error. Okay, you need to put something because this one is a text. Okay, this one is a text. This one is a variable. If you want to combine it, you can use comma or use plus. Okay, so here I'm going to use comma, rectangle. Later on, okay, this one is already done. Okay, these are the answer of the pseudocode. Let's say if you put the input of this, let's say is 5 centimeters for the width and the height is 6. Then it will show for the final answer of the software, it will show like this. The area of the rectangle is 30. Okay. This one is using comma. Okay, so comma means it doesn't create any space. But then if you use plus, then it will create two spaces. Because since this one has one space and plus is creating one more space, so it becomes two spaces. Okay, plus is creating space, comma is not creating space. So if you already type space like this, then you can use comma. Okay, you already typed this space, so you can use comma. It's no longer creating any space. Okay, just for your information, this one is not a pseudocode. Comma and plus, it's reversed in the Python. Comma will create space, plus is not creating space in Python. Python, high-level language. But since you are following this pseudocode, okay, comma won't create any space and plus will create space. Okay, this is done. You don't need to put this. You can delete this. Okay, now we go for the second question, second task. Now, it's better that you pause this one and you can try to answer before I show you the answers. Or you can replay this video, okay? Then you can try to answer and check whether your question is matching mine. A bit difference is okay as long as it's not creating any errors. Okay, so the second task is password. Showing text, please enter password. You need to change this into Courier New. Okay? Courier New. Print, please enter password. So I'm going to type this one. Please enter password. Asking for password entry. Okay, print. Since this one is already asking password entry, so you don't need to do this. But if you want to do it, okay, then you can type like this. Please enter the password. Okay, actually the question is not correct. Okay, so let's say this one is a security password. Okay, I'm creating the question so I can do whatever I want, but you can. Okay, so security password. Okay, so please enter the password. Shift enter and input. And then this one is password. The first letter in capital. Okay, now after asking for password entry, of course you need to do a variable. It's logical. This question doesn't need to show everything. Okay, you need to use your logic. Input password. Entry here means input. Okay, the next one. Process the password. If the password is wrong, then it will be rejected. And showing rejection message. So it will be using if statement, or you can use case of. Okay, I will show you how to answer using if and also answering using case of. Now I'm showing you using if, then, else, and if. So, wait a minute. There are two passwords that is accepted. Oh, that are accepted. Again, this question has grammar mistake. Of course, I can change it because I'm the one who created the question. There are two passwords that are accepted. First password that is accepted will make the user can get level 1 access. The second password that is accepted will make the user can get level 2 access. So there are two passwords, and another one, okay, the third password, fourth password will go to the error message or rejection message. So only two passwords are accepted. So if password, this question doesn't say anything, it has to be answered by a certain password, so you can create on your own. You cannot use equals here. Okay, you use insert symbol leftwards arrow. Okay, if password is, let's say, dragon. If password is dragon, then you need to put two spaces here, okay, because it's ended with endif, okay, but between this, it has to be started with if, ended with endif, okay. Between this, anything you put inside should be having two spaces in them, okay, two spaces inside. So then okay, then showing the welcome message, okay, showing the welcome message and password accepted, or you can use user can get level 1 access, okay, or access granted, obtain level 1 access. Okay, so the next one is else. Okay, this is the first password. So actually, this else, okay, if the question is only asking you for one password and the other password is wrong, so actually you can type like this: access denied. Okay, wrong password. But then this question is asking you about two passwords, which is the first one, you can go to the level 1 access, and then so level 1 access, it has another option of level 2 access, so it will be using a nested if. How to do a nested if? So it's like accepted, rejected, but there are another one, so you use a nested if. Here you put inside a nested if. You see, this one is a nested if. It's an if inside of if. So you go to the else, and then it's asking about the second password. It's a nested if. So let's say Phoenix. So Phoenix, access granted, obtain level 2 access. Okay, it's a nested if. So the next one is, access denied, wrong password, security alarm activated. See? Access denied, wrong password, security alarm activated. So this is the answer of the second task. Okay. Now I'm going to give you another options of how to answer this. Okay. So here in the pseudocode, you can answer like this, which is written in the book. Okay. But there are some IGCSE questions that say showing the answer, you can use the answer like this, similar to this one, but then this one putting then on the top. Whoa, I'm making a mistake here. It's not then access is granted. It will make a error, of course. It needs to use print. Silly me. Okay, and then this one is also using print, and this one is also using print. Okay, it's also using print. You cannot suddenly give all of these answers. Okay, now this one, okay, I'll delete this one first. Another pseudocode you can do is like this. So this then can be put on the top. Okay. Then print. Okay. And this one also can put then on the top. Like this. And then like this. Do you see the difference? Okay. Here, this one is also correct, but then you can put then on the top, and then this one will be the process. Else is in between, so you need to put 2 spaces, and then inside of else, and then between else and if, you can put 2 spaces like this. Okay, so you can do like this. What is the difference between the first one and this one? What is the advantage of this one? Okay, so actually in this one, then you can only do one line like this. Okay, but using this one, let's say you are going to separate this into 2 lines, then you can do print in 2 lines. Okay, you can do 2 actions, but this one is only doing 1 action, only 1 line. So see, then and else. Okay, it's only 1 line, but this one you can do 2 lines. For example, later on you want to put another variable, let's say name, and then you can use arrow or something like this. Okay, you can put another formula here. You can put 1, 2, 3, or 4 lines in within the password dragon. You can put 3 lines, okay, if you put the then on the top. You see this one? Okay. So print obtain level 2 access. This one. You can put here print print security alarm activated. Okay, you can choose this answer. Okay, I will pause it a bit. You can use this one, okay, as in the book. Okay, 1 line and 1 line, or you can use this one. Okay, then at the top. Okay, if then is put 1 line with the if, and else this one is you put the answers, the actions inside else under it. Okay, but you need to remember, if you put if, the pair, it will be paired with and if in 1 line. If and this and if, okay, is 1 pair. Else is inside of this if. You see, else is inside of this if. So if I'm going to color this to explain it to you, but you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it in the exam. You see, this one is 1 set, and this one is the nested if. Now, do you see what I mean? Okay, now, the next one, okay, the next option of answering this question is using a case and case of and case. So this one I will change into a case. Now you need to type a case, okay, case, let me check, okay, case password of, oops, you need to make it big, of and case, okay, and case. So in this case password of and case, you need to put 2 indented space, and then you can answer this one is the dragon, and then you put this one. The next one is phoenix, and the last one is otherwise. Oops. Okay, so otherwise it doesn't need any dots here like this. Okay, now you need to get this one. Okay, and phoenix. Okay, and the last one will be access denied. Is it correct? You need to put print again. Okay. This is done. Okay, guys. In this case of, okay, you see it's only creating 1 line. you cannot create two lines, okay? If you want to do like this, print like this, print another one, let's say okay. You cannot do this. For this case, it's case of an end case is only creating one line like this. Okay? And then another thing of case of, okay? Let's say this one is the let's say it's a number, input number, let's say numbers like this, okay? Numbers 1, and then this one is number 3, okay? Otherwise, print access denied or the other, okay? In case you're having a question like this and you need to create a pseudocode, this one you can do faster, okay? Like 5, and then print. It's faster, but then the weakness of using this case, you cannot do two lines, print and then print again, or you put another line which is calculating a variable. You cannot do that. You can only do one action. And the weakness of this case, you cannot do like this. Case number is bigger than 1. Okay? Or let's say smaller and equals to 5. You cannot put this operator here. This is the weakness of this using case. In some of the high-level language, it's also forbidding you to do like this. Okay? So, there are some weaknesses of the pseudocode using case. Okay? And there are nested if like this, which you put the then on the top and else here. Okay? And some of them is putting else and the actions here in one line. And if here and then on the other line. This then is not one line with the if. Okay, now you already understand how to answer these questions. I'm going to scroll to the top, and then if you want to see the answer, you can pause this one. Okay, you can pause this one. Pass to password. Okay, you can pause this one. And you want to take a note. This is the second way to answer it. And this is the last one, using case of and case. From these examples, I hope you already understand about it, about how to create a pseudocode. And on the next video, I will show you how to use the loop structures. These are the conditional statements. So in the loop structures, okay, it will loop and repeat while, do, and the other. Okay? If you like my video, please subscribe or press like. Thank you.